today. I hope we can put a smile on your face, make you forget for a short time what's going on, and let's see how it goes. Enjoy yourself. We have about a half an hour of this. I'll try to do my best to entertain you. Now, this little calf here is a cross between a Jersey and a brown Swiss, and she's about a month old. The staff named her Star. She has a white little marking on her head. Her little pal next door there is a brown Swiss, and I would say Jersey cross as well. Now, they're little dairy calves, and right now they're about 100 pounds, maybe a little less. They can grow up to be about 1,300 pounds, and the bulls are about 18 to 2,000 pounds. So they're bred for dairy. Now, over the years, we bred cows to produce a lot of milk because we need it. One calf doesn't. They can raise several calves. So what you have to do is the mother has to go in production. We milk the cow. The people get the milk. The farmer gets the money. The calf gets what he needs, and the mother doesn't overload herself with milk. We're going to move on here. There's this chicken keeping guard. Up on top, we have an assortment of different goats. We're all ready for baby animals, you know, and all you kids, I hope you can see them all. Enjoy it here today because apparently this is as close as we can get to them at this point. Now, I'm going to walk around and get inside and bring one up close. Okay. Now these little guys over here are our first ones born. Let me see if I can catch one. They're awful spunky. There's mommy's right there. So these little guys were born, about a week or so ago. And when I came in, you know, there was just one little leg showing. Right, mommy? Yeah, and you were upset. You were upset. So this is the one you guys all saw me deliver. She was tangled up. One leg was tucked behind her back. Once we got that leg out, we had no problem. Right, honey? No, we didn't. And then next thing we know, we had another little one come out. So she has a set of twins. Sometimes they have twins, sometimes triplets. One single. As you can see, we have a set over in the corner. We got them tied up just so everybody's bonding with everybody. And when they're born, as I'll show you as we go on, we put the mother that's expecting in a small pen, just like you see this little goat right here next door. This is the last goat to have a baby. I thought she would have had it by now, but she's still, pregnant, sitting here, isolated her, so she can have her baby and then bond with it. Right in there. There she is, right down there. You can see. Now this way, when she starts to have her baby, if she needs attention, I already have her isolated. I can give her a hand. And this is a first-time mom, so that's when I'm always have to be right on the ball and make sure everything's going to go right. We had a situation last night that was good, but it could have been very bad if one of my staff wasn't here. And I'll show you that as we go down. Little lambs you see, some are little ram lambs and one's a little ewe. They've already been a week or so old, so we can separate them. We can bring them back in with the flock. But for our first day, 3 days or 4 days, we like to keep the mothers and the babies in one little area so they can really bond, and we make sure to watch them hourly, make sure they're all doing okay because they can go downhill pretty fast. Now, sheep need to be sheared. Usually, we would have been opened up. We would have been opened up about yesterday. We probably have about 2,000 people here. And so what we had to do is move it to hopefully May 15th. Now, sheep shearing day would be on the 23rd and 24th. Most animals do. We bred them because we needed the wool, just like the milk from the cow. So they have a lot of wool, and the wool will just keep growing if you do not shear it. Look like a big chia pet before you're done. So folks, I'm going to move down the end here. And as you come down, Jennifer will show you different types of things. Now these pigs last year were babies, baby animals. Some of you folks actually hold them. They're pushing about 250, 300 pounds right now. They'll be bred shortly, and we'll use them for later on fall babies coming in.
Billy, say hi to your wife. She's watching.
So, this ewe here next door is a ewe that I believe she's number 11, and she is very close. She's been fooling me every night. I've been coming in 4:35, staying around thinking that something's done, and most likely you'll see a bunch of born. This one here has been fooling me. I'm willing to bet she has twins. And then last evening, we had this one here, and this is our black ewe. And this black ewe is the first time that she ever had a little baby. And she's not sure what's going on. So she's not that she doesn't want the mom, the baby. It's that she doesn't know what you're supposed to do. So every 3 or 4 hours lately, since last night, I've been coming in, directing this little guy where he's got to go. Once he knows where he's got to go. So this is a black ewe. While you're watching this here, I'm going to tell you about her. She's a black ewe, and you know, we all have one black sheep in every family. Back in the early times, if you had white sheep, you could dye your wool any color. If you had black sheep, well, you were stuck with the black. So they called all the black ones off, but they always kept one. And why they always kept one is they were out in a flock for every 300 sheep, they put the black one in. So they called it the marker sheep. So that's how they survived. So now and then you'll see one pop up. It's the genetics. Whites is more common, but every now a black one comes. As you can see, her offspring, her father was white. She's dark, and baby comes out white. Beautiful. Now, within a day or two, she'll get so strong, they won't be able to keep her away, and she'll figure it out. And then mom, hopefully, she'll get with the program, and I won't have to come on every 3 hours and do it. Now, she does love it, but one thing I noticed she's not doing is the baby's calling, and she's not calling back. She's smelling it. And I've been in here so much that this little sweetheart is starting to bond with me, which always isn't a good thing. And seeing that this is baby animals, let me tell you how I like to see things born. So if I come in here in the middle of the night, and I just see, oh, now you want her. I have her, and now you want her. That's how it always is. You don't know what you got until somebody takes it. That's a good lesson for this whole corona thing. So folks, this little ewe here, when I come in, I like to see the little toad pointing up, right? Yeah. If we see the little toad pointing up, we know the next thing that's coming out is this beautiful little nose. So if this little nose comes out, he comes out like this, he can breathe. Now you can see her little umbilical cord right underneath, and until that breaks, she's breathing off the mom. But sometimes you come in, folks, and you see the little feet pointing down. So that's just like you. Look at your toes. You stand down now, the baby's going to come out first. The butt, that's not good. The head's inside. He can't breathe. Here's the little tail. And you got to get this out pretty fast because mommy can't get it out and the baby's going to suffocate. So once you get him out, he can breathe. And sometimes you come in and you see nothing but the tail. That's called the true breech, or a frank breech for the doctors, as you know, that's what it's called. So the frank breech. And that means that just the legs are tucked up underneath like I have it. So you have to actually unlock the leg one by one, tie him out and pull it out backwards as fast as you could. Now if he doesn't have enough air, and I had to do it many times, and you have to give him a little breath, crunch on him, and next thing you know, they're bouncing around. They're precious. There you go. Now you like her. So folks, in the next pen is a set of, I believe, twins. Yep. Now they were born a couple days ago, and you can see once they eat, they lay down. Mother stands right over them. And you know, I had one born at my farm the other night, and it was pretty cold, and I went and checked on it, and I didn't have a heat lamp on, and I was worried about it. I went, and there's the mother with her nose 2 inches away from it, breathing on all that hot air all night long. Nature is amazing, the way they wait for survival. So as you see in the next pen is a single. Now, single again being common, and twins being common, and triplets. I had 2 sets of triplets the other night, so that is common as well. Not as most, depends on the breed. The Merinos tend to have one. The Finns tend to have many, and different breeds depending on what they are. Now this little guy just stood up, and I know he's all healthy because as I'm watching him, he's stretching. And when he's stretching, that means he feels good. So now another day or two, he'll go and start going back with the flocks. Now every time they go and get a little bit, he wants to chase that chicken out of his pen right now. That's what he wants to do. Once they get a little drink, they need to milk every so many hours or any time they can get it. And they get stronger and stronger, and it's a very, very rich milk. Sheep and goat milk is very similar. If you were lactose, you would drink goat's milk. They digest. Cows, the fat globular is a little thicker in it, and it's a little harder to digest. So you wouldn't want to give a sheep, cow's milk. They couldn't digest it. Not until they're about 6 weeks old, 8 weeks old. I can tell he's a little ram. I can see his little horns. And horns will come up. Now he's getting a little drink. Mommy's always very protective. All mothers are, rightly so. We got to protect these little guys. They're helpless. It's a sweetheart. Now he's a week old, and you can see, not a week old, just a few days old. And just see how big he is already. Hi, baby. There's Mommy.